going on, everyone? Welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? I lower the that stream music. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. I had an early morning. I actually woke up at about 5:30. Yeah, 5:30. Yeah, I woke up at 5:30 because I actually had to run a Twitter space. I normally run Twitter spaces now in the morning at around 6 a.m. So I want to make sure like I get a little coffee in before I get started. And it's nice because, I enjoy using the morning as my time to kind of just get stuff done. It's quiet time. My kid's asleep. My wife's asleep. I'll I don't know, use that opportunity to just connect with other folks in the community and let's just chat about whatever. And it's more specific around DevRel because I feel like there are a lot of folks in the DevRel community wanting to be a part of it all, right? Just wanting to be a part of the DevRel experience. They want to contribute. They want to be a part of open source and work on technologies and do all the fun stuff that DevRels do. But that's kind of how my day went. It went through a few other things. Living the DevRel daily thing. Anyways, what we planned on doing today was digging into BGP. And hey, Kumar, how are you doing? I want to just make sure that my audio is coming across okay. Can you just confirm for me for a second, if you don't mind? Just like say, yeah, it's good, or whatever it is. I don't know. I hope it's coming across fine. I'm just going to assume that it is. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it's coming across. I just unmuted my Twitch stream because I'm actually watching it. I'm actually watching it on my screen on the other side here, just so I can see that it's working and it's still functioning. Anyways, so what are we going to do today? We're actually going to dig into a little bit of BGP and Cilium, and this is just a continuation of something that I was doing last time. What I did last time, and actually not on the last stream. Hey, Rishab, how's it going? What I did on the last stream was I actually was doing some stuff with Honeycomb and whatnot. But the stream before that, I actually was using kube-router between two Kubernetes clusters to get them up and running and basically sharing networking information. So if I advertised a service slider, it should show up in the other cluster so that resources should be able to easily access. Although sometimes that may not be the best approach. What the heck is BGP? What is BGP? What does it do? Let me quickly share my screen because I wanna pull up a good reference. And BGP, for those that are wondering, sorry, I gotta just get my share screen here. I moved to a new setup here where I now use StreamYard, and StreamYard actually is pretty cool. It's pretty handy when it comes to like streaming. Oh wow, look at that! It moved me down there. Let's do a little bit of this. There we go. That's better. That's so much better. All right. So BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. Oh yeah, 7 is a comment between Rishab and you there, Kumar. That's awesome. Yeah, there must be some sort of magic in the number of 7. Anyways, so BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. Now, this is a network routing protocol. I talked about this last time, but I'll do it for those that just weren't here last time. I'll give you a brief overview. So BGP is a routing protocol, and it's used to exchange networking information. So imagine if you wanted to build a very basic network today. Your very basic network would be so closed off that you immediately know the other endpoint or whatever it is in your network. That's a local network, a LAN almost. But then if you wanted to communicate with someone else in another LAN, in another network environment that's maybe in another house, you need a router because it'll route your networking information over to the other location or to the other network that's in another house. But when you think about this at a larger scale, we're talking about the internet. we have all of these endpoints that are exchanging information. They're sharing, details about how to get to this information by networking, by routing. Now, the challenge though is when you have such a massive database of all these routes, these network routes to all of these different destinations, you need a way to ease how you tell all these other networks about these networks. You need routers to be able to handle that. And so routers will exchange that information. They know about networks, will exchange that information accordingly. Let's even take a look at this example. Maybe this might be a great example here. But we effectively work to, this is not a good diagram. We effectively are working to exchange information between our routers to say, hey, I know about this network. What network do you know about? Can you tell me about that network? It's basically a message exchange about what you know about. It's like if Rishab and Kumar, if I came up to you and say, hey, I'd like to know a little bit about some of the folks in your address book because I'd like to talk to them. Although I don't necessarily need to look at the entire address book, I'll ask you. And what you'll do is you'll just tell me details about that one particular individual because you know them. That's kind of like how routing works. We're using reference points, routing or routers to tell us about those other networks. And I'm trying to find a good enough diagram to show you. This is an overly complex one. I could just do this. And it's really cool. StreamYard now has an option to use their local music, their local whatever. They have a number of different kinds of songs that you can use, which is just like background music, and it's copyright free, which is awesome. So now I don't have to go hunt for a YouTube video that has a no copyright track or something like that. Hold on, give me 1 second here. I'm just doing something. And just try to get some more folks reminded that I'm on Twitch right now so that they can come along for the fun. Anyways, all right, let's see if I can find a good diagram. This is a really good diagram. I like this. Whoever wrote this article, whoever's talking about BGP using Noxian. Okay. Anyways, we'll use this because maybe this person needs some views on their post, so I'm giving them some views. Let's go take a look at this article. But I really am interested in just the image alone because it's succinctly telling me about how I can explain BGP to you. So all of these devices here are routers, and they all know about all the networks that they know about, right? So this router over here knows about some networks that live somewhere behind it. This router over here may know about some networks, but between these two, they'll exchange information about the networks that they know about. The same applies over here, right? Like below this line down here, I'll have a network. Over here, I'll have a network. Over here, I'll have a network. And between these three devices or network routers, they'll tell each other about the networks that they know about. Now, there are different routing protocols out there. OSPF is one of them. It's known as the I forgot the name of it. Open shortest path first. That's what it is. It's been a long time. I don't use OSPF anymore, and that's just because it's more of a LAN side protocol for routing, which is fine. You won't find it on the internet like being used as an internet-based routing protocol because the information that has to be moved in terms of network information is way too much for that protocol to be able to handle it. You would have to tune it in so many different ways to be able to handle the size of that database. And even that probably wouldn't work out too well. Anyways, so BGP or Border Gateway Protocol is a routing protocol that will exchange this routing information for us. But there's something very interesting about the way it can function. Now, without getting so deep into the fundamentals of routes and how you choose one route over the other, there's a concept called administrative distance. Administrative distance is a methodology in routing to determine how believable a route is, or if it's a route that we would want to consider first before another route. Now, there are so many more routing considerations that I don't want to get into right now, but let's just assume you had a list of routing protocols. In fact, let's even look this up. Administrative distance routing. And I'm sure I'll don't want to use that one, I'll use this example right here, because Wikipedia is free and open. This table is awesome. This table is gold because it allows me to explain things even better. So if you look here, BGP or eBGP, external BGP, is sitting somewhere closer to the top of the table, and if you see, it has a value of 20, whereas its counterpart, internal BGP, has a value of 200. Now, let me explain something. The more or the higher the value is, the less believable or less desired of a route it should be. Meaning, I know Cisco uses this as probably a really bad example, but it's actually pretty interesting because you'll find very similar values. But the idea is very similar here in that if I were a directly connected interface, right? If you look at a router, if you look at a device, even if you look at your computer, I'm not talking about your MacBook because your MacBook probably doesn't have any network ports. But if you look at your computer that or gaming setup that has those NIC ports on it, right? And you connect a cable, that's a directly connected interface. The network it is attached to is one that it is directly aware of. So on a router, a network it is directly connected to is one that it is truly aware of. It's truly known because it's connected to the network. It literally has a leg in that network. And it's so to the point that it's believable. It's the most believable kind of route because, like, look, I'm attached to this. I know this network exists. Now, if you jump up to 1, right, 80 value of 1, we're talking about static routes now. A static route is actually one that is something we have to define, but it's highly believable because we know where this static route is going to take you. A static route is basically I'll even write out the format of it. Look at my address bar, and I'll use a command that maybe some of you might be familiar with. IP route add 0.0.0.0/0 via, I don't know, 10.20.23.1. Okay, so what I just created here is a static route. I'm not going to run this in my browser because it's not going to do anything for me. It's probably going to go do a Google search or something, which is probably not what I want. But that IP route add command here is basically saying, I want to add a route to my route table, whatever router it is, to say, in order to get to the any network, any means internet actually, anywhere, like just, to get anywhere. I won't say internet. Internet is probably not the best example, but I will say to get anywhere, right? I need to exit out of this IP address. Who is this IP address? This might be a local gateway. In fact, what I've just defined is a default route, which is a default route out to another set of networks. What this is actually telling me is if I need to get to a network I don't even know about locally, I'm actually going to use 10.23.23.1 to get out. Tell me about other networks, and just to carry my packet to the destination because it probably knows about it. And guess what? Sure as shit, like 10.23.23.1, if you hopped on that device, which is probably a router, and ran a quick show IP route or tried to determine what routes existed, you'll find the internet route there or the any route there. So what's interesting is that's a very believable route. So I would much prefer this route over maybe something that had a value of 200. Now, why I'm bringing this up is that the way BGP operates. So look, BGP has an administrative distance of 20, whereas its iBGP or internal BGP component has an administrative distance of 200, which is a lot more higher of a value, but less believable of a route. Let's go take a look at that diagram again, right? So if you look here in this diagram, you see how it says iBGP, and then between these are eBGP. Now, when you set up routing between routers on the same network, and you set it up in such a way that they're a part of the same autonomous system number, then you've formed an iBGP network or communication or peering. The better word is peering. iBGP peer relationship is what we want to call it. Now, when you have to go between autonomous systems, you see how this one's AS1, this one's AS2, and this one's AS3. When you have to go between autonomous systems, what actually happens is this edge or border router here is carrying all the network information it knows about internally over to these other networks. That's basically saying, I'm going to summarize what I know about and feed that information over to you. So if anyone on your end, any device connected to your network is trying to get to my end, right, or is trying to communicate with something, you can come through me. You can talk to me because I will tell you how to get there, because I am the router that knows about all these internal networks. So it's basically summarizing the message or the number of networks it knows about and telling its BGP peer, I know how to get to you. Now, it's not as simple as that, because here's the other consideration. BGP runs on the internet. It's a protocol that allows all of these different servers and cloud endpoints to talk to each other so that we can all find each other. Now, a lot of the communications that happen are because of eBGP. The interesting thing, though, is, there's a massive factor of latency that can play into effect in how you communicate with something. So when it comes to BGP and route picking, if you look at this diagram set up right here, for someone speaking in AS1 or someone in Autonomous System 1 trying to communicate with Autonomous System 2, would this direct path be the most optimal path to get there? Maybe not. Maybe this link between these two is like a 10 meg link, or maybe even slower than that. So, from here to here to here might be a gig link, maybe a 500 meg link. And this will be a lot faster to go through this hop over here through AS3 over to get over to AS2 to communicate with whatever endpoint lives, behind the autonomous system there. And this is fascinating because BGP is built off of this. BGP is built off of this notion that you can tune your routing in such a way that you can prefer much faster links, even though the path might be much longer, but your response for your request comes a lot sooner. Your latency is a lot less. So BGP is very complex in that, there's so many different configurations that can go on here. And there's also like a set of rules that you can follow. There's actually what they call BGP path preference rules, where there's a set of criteria it has to go down, a set of, let me look it up. Here, I'll show you all what I'm talking about. BGP path rules, and maybe for path selection, cheat sheet. Maybe we'll find a cheat sheet. Here we go. Okay, so this is perfect. So these are the different attributes that BGP will make a decision on based off of how to select the right path to that destination. And what's something that you have to consider here is that, you may not be able to interact with all of these attributes because not all vendors support this stuff. Oh yeah, here, let me drop this link. I'm going to drop this link here. Thank you so much, Rohit. I appreciate that. And Rohit, thank you so much for showing up. I'm pretty sure it's like late in the evening for you. So I think you, I thank you for showing up. I thank you so much. I'm pretty sure it's like late at night for you. And welcome to everyone else in the chat. I really do appreciate y'all showing up and learning a little bit about BGP with me. Actually, I know about BGP. I know a lot about BGP, to be honest. It's just like so far in the back of my head that every time I start talking about it, I start recalling details about how it functions. Now, there's another tidbit I want to share with y'all. BGP operates as an application layer protocol and uses TCP as a mechanism to establish communication between peers. So the interesting thing here is that when I'm establishing a peer relationship, I need to make sure that I can ping my peer neighbor first before that neighborship can be formed. Now, here's the interesting thing. You see this endpoint right here? I can form a direct BGP neighborship with someone over here. I just need to be able to have IP reachability to reach that endpoint. Would I want to peer with this device over here, all the way over here? Probably not. And the reason why you wouldn't want to do that is because of the inefficiencies in routing that you would actually create. You would actually turn this one into a border router, and then you would also turn this device over here into a border router as well. And you get these thick black arrows showing up as well, and they would say eBGP. It's something we don't want to do because we formed a routing loop and we haven't tuned our BGP to take an optimal path. Maybe this actually might supersede the routes that BGP tells us about in any one of these perspectives. So probably don't do it. It's just something that you could do though. That being said, I don't know if y'all have more questions about BGP. I'm happy to dig a little bit deeper into it. But one thing to note is BGP operates at TCP ports 179. So if you are trying to form a BGP peer between this autonomous system, which might be a router that lives, I don't know, in Toronto, with a router that lives in Bangalore, with a router that lives in, I don't know, somewhere in London. And this is actually pretty good that I use this example, because London is technically in between Bangalore and Toronto. If you look on the map from like east to west or west to east, sorry, I'm really bad at geography. Let's not get into that right now. That being said, the optimal path, right? Like I mentioned before, Toronto through London to Bangalore, this would be the optimal path. Toronto directly to Bangalore would be a backup in the event that this path was down or unavailable. But in any case, there's a lot of routing theory that we can dig into. I want to actually dig into stuff. I want to actually get stuff up and running. So what I decided to do was, I've got Cilium's documentation up and online, and as many of you know, we probably deployed Cilium several times over, and whatever, you've probably seen it over and over again. But in this particular instance, I can't just simply use the CLI command. Maybe I can. I got to test it out, but I don't think the functionality is built in yet. So I was reading in the Cilium Slack forum about how I can go about deploying BGP, and what I'm specifically referring to is BGP control plane. So the BGP control plane here specifically actually is something that lives inside of Cilium. It's not like I'm using a separate router externally or anything like that. I'm not using another BGP speaker that's running as a pod. Cilium's, I guess, components are actually doing this. So I think it's actually the Cilium native, it says here. So that being said, how do we want to get started here? Like, how should I do this? So I know I have to use Helm to get this up and running. And when it's set to true, BGP control plane controllers will be instantiated and will begin listening for Cilium BGP peering policy events. So I think it would be a lofty goal to try and get this set up with 2 different BGP speakers. I could do this with 2 Cilium BGP speakers. So I could spin up 2 Kubernetes clusters side by side, and then I could potentially get BGP up and running between the 2. And this could just be an eBGP setup or an external BGP setup. We don't need to get super fancy. But this then opens up the door for so many other configurations as well. Let us take a look at some stuff here. So let's read a little bit more about this. So giving us some details. BGP is in beta status, so I guess use at your discretion is maybe how I'd approach it. So I could expect to see issues here. I'm not entirely sure. I will never truly know, but let's read a little bit more. This document explains how to configure Cilium's native support for announcing load balancer IPs of services and a Kubernetes nodes pod CIDR range via BGP. It leverages MetalLB's simple and effective implementation of IP allocation and the minimal BGP protocol support to do this. So, okay, so it kind of uses the logic behind MetalLB. The configuration for Cilium is the same as MetalLB's configuration. Okay, that's interesting to know. So specifically, if a service of type load balancer is created, Cilium will allocate an IP port from a specified pool. Once the IP is allocated, the agent will announce via BGP depending on the service's external traffic policy. See MetalLB's documentation on this specific topic. I can already tell this is going to be very complex. It's not even the BGP side of things. It's like probably getting this set up, but let's see. This is a beta feature. Please provide feedback and file a GitHub issue if you experience any sort of problems. Okay, make sure you have Helm 3 installed. So do I have Helm 3 installed? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my entire screen. So darn it, I feel like this is risky, but whatever. There's nothing here. There's nothing bad. I just want to make sure I have enough space to kind of show everything, because the challenge that I have is StreamYard doesn't allow me to share more than one screen at once. I can only share one screen at one time. I can share extra slide. I can share slides. I can share a video file. I can share an extra camera apparently, but it's not what I can do. So let me reshare my screen and yep. Ooh, that's extra wide. Oh. Oops, this is gonna be fun. I hope y'all can see that. I don't want to do an inception right now, so let me just full screen some. I'm gonna full screen one side of this just to see what goes on. That's too wide. That's so wide. But that should be good. I'll try to make the text a little bit larger if it helps. Actually, Kumar, if you're still around, can you give me a thumbs up? Let me know if the if you can still read stuff, if you can still see stuff. Actually, let me see if I can adjust the settings quickly. I might be able to adjust the ratios. General. No, I cannot do that. Well, it's too small. Dang it. All right. How will I do this? We could use GKE. I could spin up an instance in GKE and use the terminal there. You know what? I don't know how to do this. Is that better? Any better? No? Still too small, Aaron? There's like a delay in like when I guess when I speak and when people hear. Yeah, that's just streaming for everyone. I wish I had a better monitor. All right. If anyone can suggest what I would call like an in-browser terminal, I'll go use it. But I will do some stuff at the side just to make sure that I have Helm up and solid. Okay, so I've got a version of Helm up and running, so that's good. So I got to get Helm repo add. I got to add the Cilium repo here. BGP is supported by providing BGP configuration via config map. Okay, so we need a config map. Go square if you can, or share. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just share a window because it won't let me do just a portion of my screen. Although I could. No, that would make things even worse for everyone. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll leave it like this for now, and then I'll swap to the terminal afterwards. We could even just get a bunch of steps going so that we know what we need to do. And then here, what we need to do is Helm install BGP, Helm install Cilium /. And so we're announcing stuff. And then we have to create a load balancer because we're just testing. And then we got to see that the BGP announcements are coming out, and that's great because we're using TCP dump on yeah, this is pretty. We're using TCP dump on, I guess, a Linux box. Yeah, just to be able to do this. Okay, let's test this out. So I guess we could. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Okay, so what I can do is let's go to Civo Kubernetes. So I've got several Kubernetes clusters up and running. I could probably just take one down. And while I take one down, I could probably move to. Oh, dang! I gotta log back in. I do have a cluster here that I could just use right now. Yeah, why not? Should I? No, that's gonna make things even worse. Let me just go take a look at something. I had to take a look at my quota just to see where I'm at. Whew, okay, that's not gonna fly. What's gonna suffer? What am I gonna lose now? Okay, you know what? Let me use GKE in the meantime. I think GKE might give me a slightly better experience. So let me share my terminal. Sorry for the jumpy stuff. I just basically got to find the right approach here. Because the other thing too is I could just destroy one of these clusters. I don't really need it. I don't know. I'm so torn. I'm so torn because I know I need to do stuff, but at the same time, I also I'll leave one. I'll leave that other one up so I can always reference it later on. I'll leave the. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Well, let's just create another cluster. Why not? I think I should be able to have the quota to be able to do so. I did request a quota increase. See, right now I'm having to literally like fighting with quota right now just to see like what I should do, what I can just simply turn down for a minute. Oh wait, maybe I can just shut down some systems for a minute because I don't really need them yet. Let me just shut this down. Whatever. Maybe that might free up some more quota here. Yes, it did. Perfect. Okay, so here, let's use the command line, Civo Kubernetes ls. So Civo Kubernetes ls will just tell me about a few of the clusters that I have running. So if I do Civo Kubernetes, actually no, I should do this to the UI because should I do it to the UI? I don't know. I can even do it locally if I want to use kind locally. But here's the thing, like if I go deploy another system, then I gotta go deploy Docker, kind, all that stuff, and that's gonna take a minute. Oh my gosh, decisions. Like you just sit there and think, like, what are you gonna do? Let's just create a new cluster. And ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so I can do this. BGP, and then I could go create a new firewall. Okay, let's just create this cluster. I just call this cluster BGP. So let's see what happens, and then we'll let it create, and we'll get going in a second. Okay, it's on its way. So you could see it building. I'm going to share that piece too, so you can see what's going on. There it's building on its way. Let's see, in browser terminal. That's JavaScript. Written in JavaScript works in the browser. Interesting. Okay, this is getting interesting. browser. Oh yeah, I guess it literally pointed me to certain things here. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that right now. I don't know what I'd be getting myself into or what I'd be signing up for. So our cluster's on its way to being built. That is a good sign. I can see it on the other end, so it's all good. Let's see. It's got 28 seconds left. That is good. That's pretty good. Oh, it's running now. Okay. So if I do an up arrow here, I should see that it's active. Okay, it's active. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap back to my terminal so you can see it all. Terminal, where are you? There are you. Okay, cool. Now I'll do a Civo, Kubernetes, config, BGP, -- save, -- merge. And now if I do a kubectx, BGP, BGP, DTL, get nodes. Let's just see what shows up. Here we go. There are our BGP speakers. Let's do a Cilium status. So, the older version of the operator is installed. Okay, so I guess we need to go back and install let's do a Helm. Okay, so we've already got that. Let's copy all, right? Let's just that there. What? Cannot reuse a name that is still in use. Maybe I can just do a Helm on its own. What? Dang. Let me see, Cilium version. Cilium version. I just need to see the version of, okay. Cannot reuse a name that is still in use. Anyways, let's see. Maybe we can set another flag here. No, I don't think I can do that. Maybe I should have started off with an empty cluster. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have preloaded it with Cilium. Dang it. What have I gotten myself into? We'll figure that out. We will figure that out. Okay. Oh, interesting. Maybe I should just do this. Dang it, that didn't work. Someone release not found. No, I'm not sure what this does. Kind of curious about this error message now. Now I'm gonna have to figure this out. Figure out how to make this one work. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, so Helm uninstall did not work. Maybe I'll do a Cilium install instead. Oh yeah, I think I have. Wait. Hmm. This is going to be fun. What do y'all think? What should I do? What should I attempt to try out? Okay. Take a look at odds. Odds-A. So Cilium is there. It needs, like, the thing is, it wants us to do this. Interesting way. Hold on. Why would it not take what I think you said earlier? Is it because Cilium? Let me see. Cilium. Oh, like there's an uninstall. Let's try that out. Let's see how that. Ooh. Oh shit. No, let's see how I broke things. Ooh, I broke things. Yes. Okay. We're in a state where I don't know if I'll. Okay. All right. Maybe now we can try using the Helm stuff, because maybe that'll work pretty well. Okay, repo added. What? Hold on. Installation failed. Cannot reuse a name that is still in use. What? What does that mean? Ooh, maybe I have to use the Helm upgrade command. Maybe I don't know. Thoughts? Where's my audience at? Where's Kumar? Kumar's got he's got the skills, the Helm skills. What was I gonna change? I was gonna change something here. Yeah, I was gonna change the install to upgrade. I don't know what I'm doing with Helm. I never really used Helm. I suck at this. It's okay. Oh, maybe something else might work here. What? Swim status. Why didn't the set flag work? So when I run the upgrade, there's no set command? And there's no set. I don't know. This doesn't seem right. Well, like I know this. Oh gosh, what's going on? I might have really jacked up the system here. Yeah, because I probably should not have done that. Okay, let's backtrack out of this. Let's do the right thing and let's delete this cluster. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to get rid of it. Sibo Kubernetes ls, and we'll delete the cluster, recreate it, and then we'll recreate it with final CNI, and then we'll go back in and make changes if necessary. Oh yeah. Leave when shit gets tough, right, Aaron? Thanks so much. I appreciate the support. I'm kidding. Enjoy, man. Thanks for coming by. Okay, let's backtrack out of this. Let's do Civo Kubernetes. Wait, Civo what? Civo Kubernetes delete. Is there a delete command? Remove. Okay, got it. That's all it is. Yes, I want to remove that cluster. So, this is interesting. Okay, so I deleted the cluster, and I'm going to go back into the Kubernetes page, which you're not seeing right now. I'm going to create a new cluster. I'll call it BGP again. Maybe I'll call it BGP1. Oh, dang. My quota hasn't reset. Oh, yeah, no, it has reset. Why did that take so long? Okay, we're good. We're back in business. Okay, so I'm doing that CPU, we'll call it BGP, Cilium. And then what I'll also have to do is, okay, so it's set to flannel, create firewall, create cluster. Okay, let's see. All right, we got a new cluster up and running. Civo Kubernetes LS. Okay, it's building. That's good. I like that. Whew. Okay, while it's building, I am going to, what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Y'all should too. Y'all should just go take a quick breath. Go hit up the washroom. I will be right back. right, I am back. Let's go take a look and see what's going on with this cluster. All right, BGP Cilium is up and running. Vivo, Kubernetes, config, BGP Cilium, // merge, cluster down, awesome. BGP Cilium, DL get nodes. I really should create an alias. I know I get asked about it a lot. So we don't have Cilium installed. So if I do a Cilium status error or something, that's fine. That's perfectly fine because I haven't installed it. But I need to get those flags in. So Cilium install --help. Let's see if there are any set commands. There's no set. Hold on, here. I think it says something. Can specify multiple. No, that's not what I want. Set. No. Maybe that could be what I want. Helm values. Actually, let's do update Helm just to make sure. The brew update. Brew upgrade. Let's get Helm upgrade and see what happens. Okay. All right. Okay, so the new version of Helm is out. Maybe let's go do a repo add. Yeah. Wait, how do you update a repo? Update the Helm repo. Helm repo update. Yeah, that's what it is. Helm repo update. That's probably why I wasn't yet. What? Helm repo update. What? Nothing will be updated. Interesting. Let me do this. Helm repo delete Cilium. Helm repo remove Cilium because delete is obviously not the right word people should be thinking of. Okay. Set command doesn't work. What? There's something wrong here. All right, let's go to the Cilium docs for a second. Let us do an installation. Installation using Helm. Make sure you have Helm 3 installed. Okay, Helm install Cilium /Cilium version. Okay, namespace kube system, obviously. Okay, let's go back to the BGP stuff. Advanced networking, Cilium BGP control plane. Okay. Maybe I can just do this. install. What? Okay, so there's no flag for the Cilium install. Maybe I can do this. Okay, so that obviously doesn't exist. Interesting. This is never fun, trying to figure out why things aren't working the way they should be working. Let's see. There's a values.extra config. Values.extra config. Helm. I don't know, I'm just looking up resources here that might there is an advanced configuration installation approach. Installation using Helm, advanced installation using Helm. Okay, let's look at this. So let's re-add the repo. Okay. We don't need to validate it yet, but oh, there's a Helm reference. Nice. Okay. How the heck do I interact with this? Like, I have no idea how to work with a Helm chart. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find an example Cilium Helm chart. Because this is how I work best. I'm gonna find a Cilium Helm chart somewhere on Git repo. Git repo here. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Here are the charts. Okay. I have no idea what's going on. Helm chart repository. Ah, interesting. Interesting. What the heck? namespace, so dash namespace. Hold on, let's see something here. Chart.yaml, let's see. What? I have no idea what's going on here. Like, I'm literally trying to figure this out here. So this is a chart.yaml. I'll ignore values. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Okay, I think I found what I'm looking for. Actually, y'all have no idea what I'm looking at. I feel really bad. Okay, so hold on. Let me reshare my screen so y'all know what I was digging into. Gosh, I'm really bad when it comes to like what I find versus what other people should be seeing. So let me share my screen again. Let me share this one right here. I think this is it. Yep. This is it. This is it. Okay. So, this is interesting, right? This is like literally the Helm chart. But what I could do, I don't know how to do this. Hold on. So it just like I need to change those values, but like how would I go about flipping this on? Yes, let's see. Okay, so I could try a few things. I could fork this repo and then maybe build my own Helm chart. I don't know, I've never done that before. I guess that's probably the right course of action. Hold on. Let's see if we can ignore. Okay, this should be interesting. So I found what I'm looking for, right? Like if I go here under the values.yaml, if I go all the way down, if you look here, right, BGP is at default. I just have to change all of these to true. Let's see, how to deploy Helm chart custom values. Oh, okay. So you can use a dash values flag and pass in a new file. So I could deploy it and okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I think we forked the repo. Did I fork the repo? Let me go check my repos. Yeah, there's Cilium. Let us sync the fork, update my branch. Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to be doing here, but somehow I landed in it's Cilium repo, right? There's my fork. Oh, it's Cilium install. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So now we can live edit this. Live edit this shit. Okay. Okay, the BGP section that we want. Okay, so set that to true. True. Okay. Dang it, what am I doing? Why do I dumb things at times? Okay. All right. This is my fork, so I don't really care what I do here. If it breaks, it breaks. Whatever. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll go to my repo, and it'll be it's a public repo, so whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, you didn't see me. I was doing a git clone on the back end there. Yeah, so I'm trying to fix some things here. So I did that. Let's see, CD Cilium, CD install Kubernetes, Cilium, LS. Okay, values. There we go. Okay, this should work. So if I do a cat values.yaml, dang it, I keep doing this. I gotta share my, here, I'll reshare my other screen again. So yeah, just so you know, like what I ended up doing, hold on. So where did I start? Yeah, okay, so I did a git clone because I wanted to clone the repo down locally, and then I just switched into the directory. And I'm just trying to see if I can, like, I don't know, do a Helm deploy with the custom YAML. Okay, so yeah, it already exists, that's fine. Let's go to where it says to install it. So you're not seeing this on screen because I'm actually going to come back into the Cilium GitHub repo. So I already added Cilium, and then I gotta do a dash values, I think, right? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, dash values, dash. Actually, no, values.yaml. Let's see if that takes. Oh, interesting. Seems like that worked. Okay. Let's do a Cilium status. Dash A. Dash watch. We'll just watch it and see what happens for the next little bit. This really shouldn't take long, so I'm not sure if maybe something is stuck. I might have run out of resources. It's a strong possibility. But that can't be the case, though. Yeah, if this just fails, what I'll end up doing is I'll just spin up a local kind cluster and then do the same thing. I just don't have a metal LB deployment that I can use cleanly or well enough. And while y'all are not looking on screen, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go to GKE. Or not GKE, I'm going to actually go to the Google Cloud Console and then spin up something quickly. Wow, this is not changing. Why? Ooh, this is taking way too long. Let's describe the operator. Let's see what's going on. TL, describe, pod, turn kube system. What? Ooh, interesting. Setup field for volume, BGP config, path, config map. Interesting. So did I fail to consider certain things here? Go back to the BGP stuff. I guess okay, so maybe I need to provide a config map beforehand. So let me reshare my other screen. Okay, so I probably do need to create a config map now. And that config map probably needs me to create a BGP peer config, but I don't have a peer address yet. I don't know who I'm connecting with upstream. Okay, so I could create a fictitious configuration. That's not a problem for me. Let me just get out of here. Okay. Config.yaml. Peer address. See, the assumption here is that, okay. I'm gonna get some node information here. I have no external IP, and that's fine. I'll remove the IPs externally to communicate. But I'm curious to know if I can set up my peer address. I did this before with kuberouter. Maybe we can try and get it talking to the kuberouter cluster that I have. So here, let me take a look at kubectx BGP2 CTL get pods-a. So I still have my kuberouter running, okay. Don't know why my nodes. Okay. This is scary. I don't know what happened to this while I was not looking. I'll have to take a look. Let's see. Can speak to you. Okay. You all can't see what I'm sharing, what I'm looking at. So let me go ahead and fix that. See, I think I need an extra monitor or like another monitor that'll allow y'all to see what's going on. Okay. Fix that. You should be able to see my screen, but you can see that something's going on with this cluster now that I don't know if I want to troubleshoot. I'm kind of tired, I'll be honest. Okay. But what I need to do is I need to figure out something. So get cm-n system. I have to remember how I configured this originally. There's a Cilium config, but I don't think it was in there. Actually, it might have been in there. Get Cilium config-n kube system-o YAML. I feel like there was something I turned on here, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I just realized something. I could technically... Oh, this is all experimentative. I'm not going to try that. I don't know if I should. That's a dangerous thing to do. Very dangerous thing to do. No, what I was going to do is I was going to try and modify this file. But this, like, my Cilium thing isn't even working here. What I was really trying to find was the location of, hold on, kubectl get cm-a. Did I not set up a special configuration for my BGP speaker? I don't even remember anymore now. Okay, anyways, you know what? Let's just do something. Let's just try and use some fictitious information to see if this will even work. Like my challenge here is that, hold on, get BGP, Cilium. Get those. I just want to make sure everything's good. Okay, everything's still good here. kubectl get pods-a. Everything's still good here. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, because I still need to get my config map up and running. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to copy all, and I'm just going to go vi bgp cm.yaml. Put that in there. Let's set up an IBGP peer. An IBGP peer, actually. But this peer address, here's the thing, like, this is not a fictitious address. So I'm wondering if I should be using another cluster's, let's see. I can come back and change. It's not a big deal. There's nothing wrong here. I don't lose anything by doing it this way. So let's do 65031, and then I'll do 65030. Then I can do a kubectl apply-f. Okay, BGP cm.yaml. Okay. See if that fixes everything. And bounce the operators. I'm gonna trigger some things. Oh, hold on. I will be right back. That might be me. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Okay. What are we gonna try and do now? We're gonna try and see. Oh, well, doesn't exist. I have to do a dash n cube system. Oh, dang it! Why did I do that? Oh gosh. It was working. Why did I do that? What is wrong with me? Here we go. So the system is smart enough. See, this is the magic of Kubernetes. Literally, Kubernetes came in and reconciled everything, made sure everything is nice and happy. And here's the best part about this. You know how so we looked up here, right? Like, so when we actually were trying to get this container to run, it just wasn't running for some reason. And where did we find out that this was something to do with the BGP config map? So at BGP config map, we attached it. Actually, we deployed it. So since we deployed it, and I should always probably read the instructions a little bit better, but at the same time, yeah, I think we're pretty much up and running. The BGP is good, but it told me that because I didn't have that config map, it wasn't going to launch. Config map in, it launches, we are good to go, and I unnecessarily deleted a container. That's all good. It's all fine. It happens. Shit happens. All right. So Cilium is running. We've got to create a load balancer now. So let's do the cat EOF command again. I forgot how to run that. Cheat sheet, because I always go back to the cheat sheet. It's such a good, awesome cheat sheet. Where are you? Here we go. Nice. Okay, let's go back to here. Go to sample LB, copy all. Nice. CTL pods. Nice. CTL get SVC. Probably have typed that correctly. See. Okay. That is so weird. Oh, that's right. I know why it's giving out that IP. Because BGP-CM, look at that. That's because of this. We handed out an address from our test load balancer pool. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, anyways. Oh, interesting. I don't know why I picked the first IP. Why would it pick the network address? That's so weird. Anyways, what does it want us to do? It wants us to, so the pods are running, backend's running, and it wants me to run a TCP dump. Oh, okay. So I'd have to have a BGP conversation, but I can't do this because I'm not. I don't have TCP dump on my system to be able to see what's going on there. But we could do TCP dump inside of. Okay, let's see if I can do one of the Cilium pods. Okay, pods dash n system. Maybe we can kubectl -n kube system exec pod. Is this the right way? Oh, dang it. Well, that's probably why. Shit, how do we execute the container? Forgot now. There's a few exec commands here. I can run a command. Here we go. Well, yeah, I did that. Okay, let's do this. How to exec into Cilium container. This is so silly. Like, this is so bad. Oh gosh. Oh. Okay. Actually, maybe I should do an exec-it. There we go. There we go. apt install TCP dump. Oh, okay. TCP dump. Let's see if it's there. TCP dump's not found. Nice. Okay. Let's find TCP dump. Install TCP dump apt. Okay. How to install? This is so dumb. This is so bad of me. I don't know. Have to get apt get. This is like basic Linux stuff that I should remember. Install TCP dump. Seriously? Seriously? Why not? Okay, apt. Did the package disappear? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is really interesting. What? Hold on. Sudo TCP dump. It's probably not there. It's not found. T get. Oh, TCP. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Do apt get update. Yes. Oh yeah. No, I should not use do. It should be apt get. Okay. There are upsides and downsides to waking up early in the morning. Waking up early in the morning is like, yeah, you know, you wake up super early in the morning and then you're ready to go. You do a lot of stuff and then you realize towards midday you're like exhausted. So yes, things don't always compute for me. All right, now apt install or apt get install TCP dump. There we go. Mar, you are the best. You are the best. I'm gonna type that in the chat so it's immortalized. Okay, all right, we're making some good headway here, and now maybe we can even scan to see. Okay, so I'm already exec into the pod. So technically speaking, if I do a TCP dump -n -i. Okay, listening on any, but here's the thing. So I'm not seeing any traffic. I'm not seeing anything on TCP port 179, which means, yeah, thanks so much, Kumar. Which means a couple of things. One, because I don't have another BGP speaker set up, I can't get this to work. So I have to have an external BGP speaker, and I don't know how they define. Oh, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? Whew. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. So I don't know what these messages are. Okay, so it's saying Cilium _ VXLAN P IP 10.0.1.112 on port 37673 towards 10001 on port 179. So I think this is source. I don't know what the rest of the stuff is saying to me. But I like this. I like how we've gotten this far, because now I think I only need a BGP speaker on the other end. So in order to get that BGP speaker up on the other end, I probably need to yeah, I probably need to stand up. I could do something very similar, to stand up another cluster, but here's what I'm going to do. I think I need to continue this BGP series, because I think, we're onto something, and I think what I could do is set up another external BGP speaker out in the public internet, and then find a way to have it here with this device here. The problem is, I got to figure out the addressing correctly, because the addressing on the peer address side seems a little weird. So I'm gonna stop here, because I think for the most part we have it configured. But let me quickly review some things with y'all, because I think it's worthwhile just ending the stream with some details about how I got here. Let me just exit. So I'm back out of the terminal here. Let me flip my screen. Let's go over to the documentation. Okay. So I discovered that in order to get this up and running, there's a few things that actually needed to happen. I needed to deploy a cluster and get Cilium online. But the thing is, to deploy Cilium, I actually had to use Helm, because I had to set some custom flags. Actually, if you go over here to enable a Cilium control plane, so you can't just simply set this in a Helm chart. You can't even use, there's another set of commands that I was looking at. Can't even use this. For some reason, the sets don't work. I don't know why. I'm going to probably file an issue with that, with the docs maybe, to see why that's the case, to see if we can get this to work. But what I had to do was I cloned the repo. I forked the repo initially, and actually I didn't already have a fork, so I had to just sync my changes. And then I just cloned the repo locally to my system, my repo, because I wanted to go in and edit those values. Actually, I think I edited it inside of GitHub. That's fine. I edited it in GitHub. But since I had the repo underneath and whatnot in my directory, hold on, I'll be right back. Just give me a second. There we go. So since I got the pretty much the values file is local to me now, so I could pass that values config. That allowed BGP's configuration to be enabled. So let's go take a look at that quickly. So I'm in my fork of the Cilium repo, and the file that I had to edit was this one right here, the values.yaml. And what I actually had to do was I had to come down here to, where is it? It's just right here, BGP, okay? So under the BGP section, if you can see, I changed all of these values from false to true. And basically, when I did the Helm install for Cilium, I had to just pass this values.yaml file as a custom values, variable, and it is called on the file, and that's how it installed successfully. But we realized that because I didn't create the BGP config map ahead of time, so if we go back to the docs site, right? If we didn't complete the BGP, this one right here. If we didn't do this config map, our operator was not going to deploy along with our Cilium agents. So once this was deployed, it actually fixed itself. I didn't need to delete the operator, but it looks like we're almost there. So let's come back and revisit this in another stream, hopefully next week, because I don't think I have anything holding me back from continuing this momentum. This is honestly like, I really want to get to that breaking point. Like last time we got BGP working, but between two different clusters in KubeRouter, that was cool, but I really wanted to see BGP natively inside of Cilium and see how that operates. So we'll get there. We'll figure that out. In the meantime, I'm going to drop this resource in the chat for all of you. We can all take a look at that. What else am I going to? I don't need to share that. Yeah, I'll share the CTL cheat sheet with y'all too, because it's very useful in case you ever want to use it. And Kumar, thanks so much for sharing the TCP dump approach, like just basically doing APT update, APT get update, I should say, sorry, and then APT install for TCP dump. Okay, let me just close all of this off. I think I shared this with you, so I'll close this one off, I gotta close all my tabs. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want, you can go ahead and take a look at this values.yaml file for yourself. I'll share it. This repo is public, so you should be able to see all the details in there. But yeah, that is all I have to share with y'all. I hope y'all have a good day, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. We'll continue the BGP stuff because I think that there's a lot of cool things we can do. Like I want to get to a point where, and I should have ended this stream, but yeah, thanks for sharing that, Kumar. When some commands are not working, I honestly am going to bookmark that right now. So, dang it. Yeah, let me share this message. Oh, that's so cool. I did not know I could do that. That is so cool. Okay, I'm gonna start learning how to do that now a little bit more interactively with my followers. This is Kumar. You are certainly such you're pretty much a guardian angel, dude. You like show up. You've got some great tips. You help the stream go pretty well. That's all good. Anyways, thank you, Kumar. Thank you, everyone, for showing up today. I hope you learned a few things about BGP and how to get it set up, kind of know what pitfalls to avoid. Obviously, I talked a little bit about them towards the end of the stream. But yeah, wish you all a great weekend. We'll do this again. See ya.